Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video, I'm going to take a look at a PC under £600 using some of my kind of go-to components if I'm building a low-end or entry-level PC. Unfortunately, £600 these days doesn't get you a lot, but certainly there are some pretty decent savings you can be made on various different products, and also sticking with a slightly older, tried and tested format using the AMD AM4 platform and also using a 5000 series processor. This isn't going to be one of those PCs which are going to set the world on fire, but certainly for the money, I think it's terrific value for money, and hopefully some of the parts that we're going to be suggesting might be useful for you if you're actually doing some shopping of your own. So without further ado, let's head over to the computer and take a look at some of the parts I've actually selected. Okay, so we're on PC Part Picker. I'll save this list for you so you can check out for yourselves, and if you want to make any purchases, you're more than welcome to do so. We'll also link some of the products actually in the video description. They will be affiliated links, so if you want to help out the channel and make some purchases through our affiliated links, it all goes towards helping us and won't cost you any extra, other than possibly an extra click or two. Anyway, with all that said, let's have a look at our parts. So first of all, actually, let's look at the final price. So the final price here, including shipping, postage, etc., £585.78. Now, I have done a very similar version to this previously. I think it was in either May, possibly June. So things have moved on a little bit. Pricing seems to have somewhat leveled out. There have been some savings recently on DDR4 RAM and also NVMe storage. I think it's because the PC market is cooling off a little bit, so they're trying to get rid of some of the inventory. Unfortunately, some other things such as processors, motherboards, cases don't seem to be dropping quite as quickly, and graphics cards, as always, have kind of remained very stable. So let's take a look and see what we've got here. So first of all, we've got our processor. So we've gone with the Ryzen 5 5600, 6-core processor. Now we've actually gone with the 5600 rather than the 5600X. The 5600X is about £15 to £20 more expensive, doesn't really give you a great deal more performance, and is actually a little bit harder to cool. So I've gone with this one. This brings it down under £100, so we've got $95.95 for the processor, currently from AWD IT in the UK. Amazon prices are very similar, but there's about £1 or £2 in it, so I just went with the cheapest one at the time of recording. Next, we've got some cooling. Now, if you want to, you can just use the stock cooler which comes with this. There's no reason really why you can't. The temps will be a little bit higher, and maybe it won't look quite as bling. But if you want to save yourself a further 20 quid, then you could go with the stock cooler. Otherwise, something which I would recommend is the ID Cooling SE214XT RGB. This is at the moment £17.98 on amazon.co.uk for Prime shopping. So yeah, really nice cooler. We've done a review on this previously, done an installation guide, and it works very well, and for less than 20 quid it's awesome. Other notable mentions here, obviously you've got the Arctic Freezer 36 when it's on offer. That is also a very good choice, and if you go for the non-RGB one, you can pick that up for a very similar sort of price. So again, that is one I would certainly be looking at, and of course any of the Thermalright Assassin range. Moving down to the real core part of our system here, this is the motherboard. So we've gone with the MSI MPG B550 Gaming Plus. This is a great board, tried and tested. I've owned many of these boards. I wouldn't even like to put a number on it. I've had a lot of them. They've all been excellent, no issues, never had one fail on me. And it's got some very nice features on it, such as nice heat sinks on the VRM. Also looks very nice. You've got plenty of addressable RGB headers. You've also got numerous M.2 slots, lots of connectivity in the form of USBs, and it has the all-important BIOS flashback button. So if you are planning on maybe upgrading the processor at a later date and you want to update the BIOS very easily, then it's pretty straightforward to do. So for me, I think the B550 Gaming Plus is a perfect solution to go with the Ryzen 5 5600, and it will work just as happily with the 5800 or 5800X3D if you want to upgrade at a later date. There's going to be no problems with your VRM cooling. When it comes to RAM, then you could potentially go up to 32 gigs. At the moment, 16 gigs is still pretty much the sweet spot, although as always there are the occasional offers for 32 gigs. But you don't really need that at the moment, so if you are trying to penny pinch a little bit, then you can do a lot worse than go with the KLEVV X 16 gig kit. It's a DDR4 3600 CL18, currently £35, Amazon Prime. Also again, notable mentions here, you've also got the KLEVV Cras X RGB. Quite often that is reduced as well, around about the £30–35 mark, although I couldn't find any currently. And of course you've got the Lexar Aries RGB. Both of those I've reviewed previously. both very good, but ultimately go with whatever suits your needs. This is a non-RGB set, so if you want an RGB set, obviously do account for that in terms of pricing. Of course, there's always the Corsair LPX RAM on DDR4 is absolutely fine, no real issues there. So again, you can potentially save a little bit of money there, and it is widely available. Next, we're going with some storage. So 1 terabyte, I think, is the minimum you should be looking at these days for M.2 storage. Buying a 512 these days isn't cost effective, and then when you run out of space, you've just got to install another drive, which can take up one of your valuable M.2 spaces. So I would advise against that. Currently at the moment, in terms of drives, there's numerous options available. The Kingston MV3 is the new upgraded version of the MV2. Very interesting drive, PCI Express Gen 4 × 4 speeds, nice and quick. No onboard cache on this one, so do bear that in mind. But in terms of pricing, it ran about £50, £53.95 currently. I think this is a really good choice. Of course, you've still got all the other favourites, such as drives from Crucial, like the P3, and potentially if you want to go a little bit left field, you've got some of the Chinese branded drives, like the Feixiang, or however you call it. Those can still be picked up for very good prices if you don't mind going a little bit left of field. Next, we've got our graphics card. So the graphics card, really for this, there isn't much other choice if you're looking at the new market, other than the ASRock Challenger D Radeon RX 6600 8GB card. This is generally going to be the cheapest of all of the RX 6600 cards. They're all roughly the same performance, no matter which brand you get. So whether it's the MSI, whether it's the ASRock, the Gigabyte Eagles, etc., they all run almost identically. I did find the ASRock Challenger to be running very cool, very quiet as well, because it's got some quite large fans on there. Again, we reviewed this previously. You're more than welcome to check it out and see what the gaming performance is like. If you want to go for maybe a used graphics card, then potentially that is an option as well. Somewhere like CEX, GP Used, or just Facebook Marketplace. But obviously with those types of things, you are kind of taking a few risks. So if you must have new, I think this is the best you can get at the moment. Next, we're going to need a case to put all of this in. So we've gone with a bit of an MSI theme here, actually. So we've gone with MSI MAG Forge 100R ATX mid-tower case. We've actually had this one before on the channel as well. Really nice case, looks great, comes with a couple of addressable RGB fans included already, and can fit radiators and all that kind of stuff. And just, yeah, I think it looks really nice. And being that we've gone with MSI motherboard, I think it made sense to go with the MSI case just to kind of tie the branding all together. Again, this is on pretty good deal at the moment, 45 quid from Amazon Prime. It's actually pretty hard to get a better deal than that these days for a case. And next we've got a power supply. Now in this particular build, I've gone for a slightly higher wattage power supply. Previously when we've done this, we've gone with something like one of the Integrator 500s, which is a bronze. I thought I'd stretch my legs a little bit on this and go for a slightly uprated power supply. So this one is, again, another MSI product. This isn't MSI sponsored in any way, shape or form. I should mention that. They have no idea that I'm doing this video, and they probably don't care anyway. Regardless, so the MSI MAG A650BN, bronze rated, as you'd expect from the BN part number, 650 watts. I think this is quite a respectable size, and if you wanted to upgrade your graphics card and or your processor, you've still got a little bit of wattage there to actually make a bit of a difference. Actually, talking of wattage, at the moment the estimated wattage for the system is around about 300 watts. So we're over double that, which I'm generally quite happy with. You could get away with the 500 watt in here quite easily. And if you wanted to go for a slightly higher end power supply, such as one from Be Quiet, there's the Silent 10 450 watt, which you could get away with in a pinch. I think the MSI one here makes a lot of sense, has all the right connectors on there. And again, being that it is 650 watts, if you decide at some point you want to maybe swap out your graphics card from the RX 6600, maybe put in a 6800. The 6800s at the moment you can pick up relatively easily for about £300. So if you can squeeze another £100 into your budget, pick up one of those RX 6800s. Fantastic card, nice and cool, nice and quiet, and do a really good job. And that would be a very good investment of an additional £100, which potentially you're saving on buying some of these other parts. I haven't spec'd an operating system because, as you know, we always get our CD keys from premiumcdkeys.com/Mike's Unboxing. And you can use the discount code Mike's Unboxing to get an even better price. You should end up paying somewhere in the region of about, well, under £3 here in the UK. So you're looking around about €3 or less than $5 for a Windows 10 or Windows 11 Pro license key. I would suggest getting a Windows 10 one. They tend to be a little bit cheaper and they still will activate Windows 11. So feel free to check out those links in the video description also. Something else which I haven't mentioned, but this motherboard hasn't got Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. So if Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are something you need, I would probably suggest picking up a cheap, inexpensive adapter. The PCI Express cards are kind of okay, but where they're positioned in the PC, they're not always great for picking up a reception, especially cheaper models. So get yourself a nice little cheap USB one. You can see the one we've got here. This is one, actually a couple that I think Ugly Bob sent us ages ago. Still got one of those knocking around, very handy for testing, and they come with drivers, etc. So you don't have to faff around with that. So yep, if you need Wi-Fi, pick yourself up a cheap USB card. So there you go, there are some ideas of parts you can pick up which realistically aren't going to break the budget. Obviously, if your budget is less than this, then you're going to have to tailor things back or perhaps look at the used market. But I think if you must have new and you want to build it yourself as a DIY project, then something like this, the MSI B550 Gaming Plus, is a fantastic platform, as is the Ryzen 5 5600, great processor, doesn't cost a fortune. And again, if you want to pick up some cheap RAM, you've got options like the Cras X, you've got the Lexar Aries, and again, if you want a relatively inexpensive USB dongle for your Wi-Fi needs, then you can pick up one of these from either AliExpress or on Amazon. We're about 10 quid on Amazon and maybe about £3 on AliExpress if you don't mind waiting a little bit. So there you go, that is my thoughts on it, and hopefully some of these parts might be resonating with you and things that you're also thinking of buying yourself, and especially coming up towards the holiday seasons, you're planning builds going forward, or maybe you're a PC flipper and you're thinking, well, what can I buy that I can actually put together, make it look nice and maybe make a few quid on. Hopefully this has given you some good ideas. If you've got any comments or questions, as always, stick them in that comment section below and we'll talk about it in the chat. Or alternatively, head over to our Discord if you want to ask more questions or make any changes to this, or just need any advice on PC stuff in general. Be very glad to help you. So I think that's going to wrap this one up. I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.